into the 2 p.m. hour. We got the 502s returning to Lightning 100 here in the Volume.com studio. We are live on Volume.com. They're going to be live tonight out at the Basement East. Welcome back. How are y'all doing?
Doing good, feeling good.
All right, you know you've set the bar pretty high for yourself. I think the happiest band on earth.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
Everyone's got to be in smiles here. We got cameras to prove it. Normally, you can't tell if I'm smiling or not.
He's smiling. He's smiling
on the radio, but I was smiling when I found out 502s were going to be on the show. Man, I bet you're excited to be out on this tour. It just started last night, night number 1. In the ATL in hot Atlanta, although it's wintertime, so not too hot down there. How was the kickoff to this thing?
It was good. It was cold, but we warmed it up. And no, it's good. It's like it's a big tour for us. All these rooms are packing out, and we were laughing 18 months ago. We're 50, 60 people in shows, and it's like 500 plus now. So I think we're just enjoying it, having a good time, like you said, smiling, and we're on day 2, so spirits are high.
We're going to all 4 corners of the country, too.
Yeah.
So, LA, Seattle, Boston, and back home to Florida.
New York.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you here and get to catch up with you, the 502s. So I guess you're going to be releasing a single each week while you're out on tour?
That's correct.
And the first one just dropped. So this is, I don't know, unless you played it yesterday down at the station, this might be your first time playing this one on the radio?
First time ever on the radio.
Awesome.
And second time ever live. So.
Okay. All right. It's also on volume.com/lightning100 if you want to take a look into our tiny studio, and of course the 502s.com and the basementnashville.com if you want to get tickets. I don't think it's sold out yet. I know a lot of your shows are, your shows are selling out. So if you want to go, don't wait as we get to hear their new single. They just dropped this one, Backstage in Glasgow, here on Lightning 100, Nashville's independent radio.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I was traveling the world, smiling for the girls, laughing at the list of the things I'd seen, and still it seemed I needed someone I could share my dream with. Was a shot in the dark, didn't know where to start. I was ready for love, no one spoke to my heart. Then on a Tuesday I bumped into you, that's true. I take you backstage in Glasgow. The crowd makes me smile, but not like your laugh does. Your laughter was filling my ears. Whoa, I take you backstage in Glasgow. You promised you'd love me forever and always. Backstage in Glasgow. All of the eyes are on me now. I'm laughing how I'm glued to you, though. That's true, oh, that's you. I take you backstage in Glasgow. The crowd makes me smile, but not like your laugh does. Your laughter was filling my ears. Whoa, I take you backstage in Glasgow. You promised you'd love me forever and always. Backstage in Glasgow. Take you backstage in Glasgow. The crowd makes me smile, but not like your laugh does. Your laughter was filling my ears. Whoa, I take you backstage in Glasgow. You promised you'd love me forever and always. Backstage in Glasgow. I take you backstage in Glasgow.
Lightning 100 live here in the Volume.com studio and on Volume.com/Lightning 100. That is the 502's brand new tune of theirs, Backstage in Glasgow. It is tonight they're in town, headlining out at the Basement East. Oliver Hazard out on tour with them, opening things up at 8 o'clock. Doors are at 7. Tickets and info while they last, the 502s.com and the basementnashville.com. So the first time that we had you here in the studio, you had a sold-out show that night at the OG Basement. which is a pretty tiny club, especially once it gets sold out. Is that a good memory? Do you remember it?
Oh, absolutely. I remember sweating a lot. A lot of smiling faces, a lot of sweating, and a lot of good times.
Yeah, it was good. They've got us above ground now, so
yeah.
But that was an awesome time. We kind of built up through the basement. I think it was the first place we ever played in Nashville, so it's a special group for us.
We've seen a lot of bands there over the years. A lot of times it's people's first stop. And of course, we've seen some like insane shows there, like Metallica played there, which was really kind of a ridiculous thing. They were playing Bonnaroo, and they got him in town early on a Wednesday, and they were down there kind of doing this secret show. And the police showed up, and they were like, "Oh crap, we're in trouble because we have too many people in here." And they were like, "Hey, we heard Metallica's playing. Can we come in?"
Yeah.
So so great to have the 502s here.
It's been a loud show.
yeah, definitely. Bring your earplugs to that one. It's actually on vinyl. They released it as a record. So because back then upstairs you had Grimey's New and Pre-Love Music. These days that's over on the east side. And you've come a long day since performing, hanging out at Ed's grandpa's house.
That's the truth. We've actually relocated back in there because we're making it into a little recording space, but by choice now, not because it's the only place we could go. So 5 years later, we're back to our roots. But it was a good starting place, and it still is a great spot.
That's great. I'm happy that it's still there. So is that in Maitland, Florida, or
it is? Yep.
Okay. And so like, did you guys actually grow up there?
Yeah, we've all been in Orlando forever. I'm born and raised in Maitland. You've been there for 25 years. He's from Winter Park, which is right down the road. So, like, all of us are lifelong natives from Orlando.
Nice. Do you love it? Could you imagine living anywhere else, or?
I can't. I have my whole family there, and, maybe the Carolinas are nice, too. Obviously, Tennessee's a great place to live. So
we get to have a lot of show bands come here and play great concerts. We're happy to have the 502s here. They came in on their tour van. This is night number 2 on their tour. And so you got in the tour van and they had a PS4 for you?
I mean, you're on the Twitter and Instagram.
Good news travels fast.
So we were laughing because we're like, oh, usually when we're in the van, we're like working on music or, social media stuff, whatever. And it's like the last 2 days we've just been playing NBA 2K like nonstop. So it's a blessing.
Who's the best at it in the band?
Nick, our bass player, is pretty good.
Okay.
And Matt hasn't played yet, but he's pretty good.
I'm waiting for them to get up to the level. Yeah.
There it is.
I think Eddie's about there actually.
Yeah. I took a big leap to this morning. I really learned some of the controls. So.
That's terrific. We got the 502s here. You want to play another song?
Yes.
What do you want to do?
What's the first word of the first verse? You were talking to me. All right.
It's one word. You asked
live
me for
radio.
one word.
You can actually
sounds like
you can take a look here on volume.com/lightning100. We're broadcasting live on 100.1 FM here. We're Nashville's independent radio, Lightning 100. The 502s out of the basement east tonight and live right now on Lightning 100.
Talking to me, you were keeping it clean. You were looking at the night with those big brown eyes. Van Morrison singing every chorus of Moondance, baby. Baby, what a marvelous night. Fix your hair up pretty, it's a perfect night to fall in love in the city. Hey, Julia, hey, hey, Julia, hey, hey, Julia, hey. Hey. Talking, hot stopping, like a French girl, ooh la la, and good luck charm, just stuck it in my pocket, middle of the day, just laughing to myself, hey, hey, fix your hair up pretty, it's a perfect night to fall in love in the city, hey Julia, hey, hey Julia, hey, hey Julia, hey, hey Julia, fix your hair up pretty, it's a perfect night to fall in love in the city, hey Julia, hey, hey Julia, hey, hey Julia, hey. Don't mind, God, there I go again. Get ahead of myself, telling all my friends I got a good feeling about this. Let's go, Joe.
Lightning 100. That is the 502s live here in the Volume.com studio on Volume.com/Lightning100 tonight. Headlining out at the Basement East, Oliver Hazard opening things up at 8 o'clock. Doors are at 7. Tickets and info, the502s.com and thebasementnashville.com. That was Hey Julia. We also got to hear their brand new one, Backstage in Glasgow. We got to have you out at Live on the Green last summer. That was pretty awesome for us.
Yeah, that was a great festival too. We were there, and it was raining, and it cleared up right when we went out. So it was good. It was fun, and yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's definitely a roll of the dice when you're doing outdoor shows. Probably most of your tour is indoor, especially here in the wintertime. I do see that eventually this year you're going to make it down to Hangout Fest.
Yes.
And is that your first time playing? Have you been there before?
It's my first time playing and going.
Same. Nice.
So it's on the beach, right?
It is definitely on the beach.
Bonnaroo on the beach.
It is.
How it's been sold to us.
It is so much easier than Bonnaroo. But Bonnaroo is, especially as an attendee, like I feel like GA Hangout is equal to VIP Bonnaroo.
Wow.
So
all right,
nice high praise.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Well, I'm gonna pick a couple swimsuits out so I can cycle through them.
And then and VIP Hangout is insane. I don't even know if they still do it, but back in the day they had hot tubs. If you're like in the VIP area, you're like watching the show from the hot tubs.
Well, you know where to find us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't wait to find you down there.
Dehydrated.
I mean,
12 hours.
It takes a few hot tubs to stay being the happiest band on earth, right?
I said hot tubs are essential to our well-being.
We got the 502s here. Okay, so highlights of last year, because somehow we're really only a few weeks into this year. And I know you played a show in Dublin. Is that like on your highlight list, or what comes to mind?
That was definitely a personal highlight. I got married that morning.
Whoa.
Drove down to Dublin, and then we played our biggest show to date. So that was just a good life day in general for me.
It was Halloween too, so
and Halloween, it's a trifecta.
Fun costumes.
So you got married on Halloween.
In Ireland, yeah.
So are you a big Halloween guy? My cousin got married on Halloween, and it's because like her and her husband are just like big Halloween people. That's their holiday.
It was totally circumstance of like the show just happened to be on Halloween, and it was the day of the tour where it was like, all right, we can do it on this day. It's going to work. So
wow.
Now I'm a big Halloween person.
Well, if you get married on a holiday, it helps you remember your anniversary. So good thinking there. Had you ever been to Ireland before? I've never been. I want to go someday.
You should go.
It's pretty awesome. That was our third show.
That was our third time there, actually. Yeah. We were there in 2018, pre-pandemic, and it's just Dublin's always been a very special place for us. So, we went twice last year. It was great.
Got it. I'm a
cool place though.
Little bit jealous. Someday that's on the list.
Come with us next time.
That's on the. I'll be the happiest DJ on earth.
Correct.
Awesome.
You can narrate the documentary.
once I get to Ireland. We got the 502s here. They're headlining the Basement East tonight. You want to do one more song while you're here?
Let's do it.
All right. What do you want to play?
Just a little while.
All right. It's the 502s live on Lightning 100 and Volume.com.
Late nights in a wild town, we go out, roaming around, holding your hand, my hand. Friday nights felt like I never ran. You were Miss Hollywood, I was your chic chauffeur. Take you where you wanna go, get you there nice and slow. You look up at me from your back seat with that same old grin, and I said, wait just a little while and tell me where you've been. I've been staying up at night thinking about it, and it's been oh so long that I've been feeling like this, and I know that I've never been more sure. Woo! We went to the cinema, you wore your shades inside. I couldn't stop laughing when you pulled on mine and knocked that drink from your hand onto the floor, and then ran to theater 8. You hid behind the door. Ooh, you look up at me from your backseat with that same old grin. And I said, wait just a little while and tell me where you've been. I've been staying up at night thinking about it. And it's been oh so long that I've been feeling like this. And I know that I've never been more sure. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Tell me what you need, what you want to believe. I've got the soul, you've got to know that together we had everything. My time was dim, my love was gone, my life was in. Then you walked in, and I said, wait just a little while and tell me where you've been. I've been staying up at night, yeah, thinking about it. It's been oh so long that I've been feeling like this. And I know that I've never been more sure.
Lightning 100, the 502s live here in the volume.com studio. Don't miss them tonight out at the Basement East. Oliver Hazard kicking things off at 8. 502s headlining the 502s.com and the basementnashville.com. Get those tickets while they last. That was great. I'm so happy to have you guys back in here today.
Always. Thank you for having us.
All right. You can find out more at thebasementnashville.com.